Right, today I'm going to attempt to make my own bike rack. Oh yeah, a wood pile, freshly purchased. Right, here's my challenge. I'm going to turn this space into a hanging bike rack somehow. Oh, there's Mr. Thomas. Hello, Mr. Thomas. I've got a plan. Here's what the plan looks like. I know what you're thinking. This guy's a genius. A veritable Michelangelo. Well, let's get stuck in face first and see what happens. First thing, measuring wood. At the moment, I'm just successfully making a mess, that's it. I've got one beam ready.
So whilst George saws up our living room to make a bike stand, which is legit, I have tasked myself with sorting out this lot, which any of you that do more than one sport for more than like 2 times a week will feel my pain with the amount of sports gear you end up accumulating. So, I mean, that's a massive, large-sized, like, duffel bag. That's a random box with extra stuff that I've just got out of the wash. Another, that's an even bigger duffel bag, full. 2 plastic boxes, socks, and another, like, random crop tops and socks that have kind of made their way into random boxes whilst we've been moving. It's just insane how much you get. So I'm going to try and make sense of it, split George's stuff and my stuff, and then winter stuff, summer stuff, so it makes a bit of sense so that we can get to it easily when we want it. Then we've got some, like, I've got a load of running gear, so I like to keep it separate so it's easy to find. So yes, I've got basically one set of drawers and a cupboard that I might use. But also I want to leave a bit of space for if we have, this is one of the spaces that we'd put a guest in, so you want them to have a little bit of room as well. So I've got an hour to do it, and then me and George are reconvening to watch more Netflix about quarterbacks, which is top television, everybody. Okay, bye. Right, so I've separated some bits. Looks still a crazy mess, but I know what it all means. And I've started Marie Kondoing jerseys, base layers, but yeah, got a lot more to do, and that's my pile, and I've started with George's stupidly, so his will be really neat, and by the time it gets to mine I'll be like, blah, can't be bothered. So bib shorts are really annoying. There's like I've found no good way to store a bib short. We tried hanging them, and after about 1 day we were both like, can't be bothered with that. I tried a weird folding method, once again couldn't really bothered. So now my current thinking is find as big a drawer that we can spare and just put them in. There's such a lot of space. Has anyone got any good tips? Maybe? Let me know. How you getting on?
I've learned I'm not very good at woodwork, which isn't to be a shock. I suppose it shouldn't be a shock to me because I've never studied woodwork. I've maybe glanced at YouTube, or no, not even glanced at YouTube. I just looked at Google a couple of times. So I'm now making up my own joints, and one went well, and the other one kind of hasn't quite gone so well. I've broken a bit. And then tried to put it back together and broke it more. So, I mean, I'm bodging it along. It's getting there. But look how good that one is. That strut's done.
Wowzers.
All I have to do is make one exactly the same and then connect them.
Is it technically a flying buttress? Looks like it to me.
I mean
from what I learned one time.
Yeah.
Wow.
We are getting there. 2 struts. Ready to rock. Next, some beams. Oh, this wood stuff's hard. Look at all these useless tools I don't know what to do with.
DIY. Professional woodworker, aren't you? We're cancelling jam, everyone. George is going to start a furniture business.
That's fairly flat, which now means should sit flat against here. Oh, lovely. Lovely. Shit's getting real. Make some holes. Right, we now got a pile of hooks. Our biggest challenge now is to mount that fucker
There.
up here somewhere.
So, much to my, not surprise, but I was dubious, George has done it. Look. Doo, 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 doo. There's a bag hanging from a thingy. And nothing is attached to the wall, so it's leaning, and we've put some protective stuff between the wood and the wall so it won't get marked or anything, because this is obviously rented property. And yeah, look. Now we're going to put Badge on, see if the extra strain.
We're going to put my guy over. So that's the position if there's one.
Position if there's one. Central.
They are. What do you think about that?
I mean, they are hanging.
I mean, that's work to treat, isn't it?
Yeah.
The hooks at the top are done in pairs, measured out to fit between the rear triangles. The only thing that I didn't take into account when I was thinking about this is this loop getting in the way, which obviously doesn't exist on mine because no cables. I hadn't really thought about it. So this guy sits at a slight bit of an angle, but he's delighted with that. Look at that. Two bikes up and out of the way, with room for a third in the middle, as long as it's not mechanical.
Yeah.
But then again, mine could go in the middle, and the third guy could go hanging on the left, just like our Badger is. Are you as delighted as I am?
Yeah.
Because I'm exceptionally delighted. Oh, well done, me. I am chuffed for that. And look, we put some rubber down to make sure the bottom isn't slipping. Smart, I know what you're thinking. Put some rubber behind here to make sure these struts. This isn't secured into the wall. It's just a lean-to. Make sure it's not damaging the wall. Completely freestanding, holding its own weight. I'm absolutely chuffed to bits. What do you think, Garen? He loves it. Remember this? The plan? I'll be honest, I was doubting myself, but, you know, from this to that fella, I'm pretty chuffed with that. Right, a little update on my things that weren't working. This guy. Remember him? Despite having sat up there charging for ages, she wouldn't turn on when I wanted her. She was super, super hot in my hands, like really hot. So I thought, if anything, it had just kind of been overcharged. But I think by getting super hot, it's kind of, I don't know, dispersed the whole battery's energy somewhere, and now it's kind of like back at zero. So I'm plugging it in and nursing it, and hopefully that thing will come back to life. This fucker. You're dead to me. 3 times it failed for me, it's dead. Here arrives a new one. Boom ting. New one. Looks pretty snazzy. Got colour in it now. One of the things that was rubbish, not rubbish, sorry. One of the things that wasn't as good on the last one was the actual map itself. I wonder if this is going to be any better. Let's take a look inside. What I used to really like about the old one was the size. I liked having the big screen, so I think pretty much retained the exact same screen size. The design is a little bit more along the lines of the smaller Bolt, so it doesn't look quite as square. But again, I quite liked that on this. It felt proper. Anyway, you're dead. Go away. So this fella. Don't let me down. I need you. Don't let me down. So the GoPro looks like it might be coming back to life. The Wahoo I've replaced. I've taken the rear mech, which is the third thing that wasn't working, taken that to a bike shop, had them confirm that I had the alignment pretty much bang on, and there's not much more I could do with that, so it's not trying to change gear, the ticking is coming from inside the mech itself, which probably means it's broken, I'm afraid. It'll get me through this weekend. It's not jumping gears, so I can ride it, but it's one of those things I probably should replace at some point, or else it might just conk out mid-ride. I don't have the time now, and that part's like £450 to replace. Great. Yeah. Right, what's next? Revolve.
Yeah.
24-hour bike race. Relay. 4 of us in a team.
Yeah.
Us 2. What are the other 2 called?
Francis and
Friss. Francis and Friss. They'll be there.
Yeah.
We're going to aim to take you behind the scenes and show you all of the basically how it's done.
Yeah.
I suppose between us we're veterans as a group, aren't we? And quite a few of these. And we're going to show you how it works. 24-hour bike race. That's the next one.
Glamour.
Thanks for watching this one.
Yes.
We'll see you at the next one after we've ridden around a track for 24 hours. Ish, give or take. We're going to try and win.
That's quite big. Yeah.
Let's try and win.
May as well try, eh?
We're going to come back as winners. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.